Continuing on the road to Suzume, we approach our second film on this list. My very first Shinkai film, Children Who Chase Lost Voices. I hadn't seen this film in like 6 years and didn't really remember anything from it, but after giving this movie a rewatch, I'm glad to say that I'm excited to talk about it. So, let's just jump right in. When the young girl named Asuna receives a cryptic song through her radio, she finds herself on a journey into a hidden world. There she encounters monsters, beasts of legend, and a dying civilization. As she dives deeper into this world, she uncovers secrets forbidden to humankind. I first watched this movie back around the same time Your Name was released. I remember Toonami showing commercials for the upcoming broadcast that they were going to do, and it caught my attention. I had just gotten into watching Ghibli films, so when I heard that this Mikoto Shinkai guy was being dubbed the next Miyazaki, which I have my own thoughts about, I had to see for myself. Although when I finally did get to watch it, I missed the first half of the broadcast and didn't pay much attention to the rest of it. Ultimately, I was kind of disappointed. I was always open to rewatching it since I didn't actually get to watch it, but I never got around to it. Until now. This is probably the one Shinkai film that strays away from his usual formula the most. While there is somewhat of a romance, it's not the main focus like it is in his other movies. This is foremost a fantasy adventure. It's a story about grief and how to move on from losing someone, but also about how some lose their way while grieving and become desperate to fill that void. Despite the grim subject matter, it is a very magical film, and I very much enjoyed watching it this time around.
それでどうしたんだい？
今日の授業のことで。
君は随分熱心に聞いていたね。生き返らせたい人でもいるのかな？アガルタから来た少年に会ったというのは君か。
The first thing I wanted to point out is the art style and structure of this film. To me, this is very much an homage to the works of Miyazaki. Shinkai himself has stated that Miyazaki was an inspiration to him, and that one of his favorite films is Castle in the Sky. While he doesn't aim to make his movies like Miyazaki, he does strive to get the audience emotionally invested into his stories as Miyazaki does. This is the closest we'll get to a Shinkai Ghibli film. The characters look very similar to how Miyazaki draws his own characters, and the mythical beasts look reminiscent of creatures from Nausicaa, Castle in the Sky, and Princess Mononoke. The mysterious world of Agartha also reminded me of some of the worlds that Miyazaki has created, especially that of Nausicaa. So in that sense, it won me over. Although I think Shinkai does a good job not going overboard with the inspiration and makes the film his own. I actually admire that he stays true to himself and doesn't try to be something he's not, because it could have hurt the film otherwise.
"
星が見えない夜というのは何か不安なものだな。人間がどれほど孤独な存在なのかを思い知らされてしまう。
Compared to the place promised in our early days, this film surpasses it in almost every aspect. I know this wasn't an overnight thing. He did have a film in between this one and the place promised in our early days, but I still thought it was worth acknowledging. The world looks more refined, the animation is much more dynamic, the characters have more depth, and it's much easier to follow. Overall, a better experience. That's not to say it doesn't have its flaws. Like I said before, Children Who Chase Lost Voices deals with grieving the ones you've lost and learning how to move on. But I feel like the person that Asuna is supposed to be grieving is not the best fit. This was someone who she knew for like 2 days. I mean, yeah, meeting someone and then finding out that they died the next day can be shocking, but she was emotionally torn about it. Perhaps she felt a connection through the song he sent out, or she was glad to find someone to keep her company after being alone for so long. Or maybe it was a damn kiss. I think making Asuna's father the person she was grieving could have worked a little better. I know she didn't really know him, but the story could have been adapted to make it work. Another reason being the bond between a parent and child is something most people will understand without a lot of building up. Other than that, I was delighted watching this film, and it is now probably my second favorite Shinkai film. This is a must watch for any fan of his and a great place to start if you're looking to dive into Shinkai before Suzume comes out. It isn't like his other films, so if you are tired of his usual formula, this is a breath of fresh air. But yeah, that was Children Who Chase Lost Voices. Up next, his biggest hit, Your Name. Okay, bye.